Hello there, I'm Jonathan Crow. I'm a broadcast journalism instructor here at the College of the North Atlantic in St. John's. If you're a good writer, if you're curious about the world around you, then we might have something for you. Let me show you around. If video storytelling is your thing, we've got you covered. We've got the latest, most up-to-date equipment in the business, and we also work with industry experts to get you the on-the-job training that you need.
Our partners in industry are very helpful to us in terms of giving work terms to our students, and they're always helpful in terms of giving feedback. Every 5 years we have a major industry review or major program review, and industry takes part in that.
Last spring, each of us got a chance to get out and work in our chosen field. Me and my classmate Victoria were lucky enough to spend our time at the Telegram.
My name is Victoria Plowman. I am 20 years old and I'm from Gander, Newfoundland. I've worked with CBC in Gander and now I'm here at the Telegram, obviously. So you get a lot of really good experience from the program and a lot of work opportunities, obviously.
One thing that I learned from school that really came in handy here was trying to convince someone who wants to stay anonymous in a story to go on the record. I know Frank taught us a lot about that.
Definitely. I know that's definitely happened here a few times for me too. Obviously there's lots of opportunities for us as journalism students. Like, we're not the only ones to get work terms here in the city, and obviously I was with CBC and Gander too before here, so it's really great.
Jessie Dobbins spent her work term with Rogers Television here in St. John's. She gives us a sneak peek into a documentary that she worked on, which will air later this year.
Well, stood in this spot in the early 1800s, you would have been smack in the middle of an area known as Tanrahanstown.
It feels like I've been here a lot longer than just 4 weeks. Like, I honestly feel like I know almost everyone here, like, that I work with, basically. And I feel like I've learned a lot more skills and built upon skills that I already had. Like, I feel like I know, like, I'm more comfortable with editing video than I was. And with the Dale Jarvis interview, I was in front of the camera, and when I went out to do the interview, I didn't think I was trying to work around not being in the shot. And basically Linda said that the idea was for me to be in the shot. So I was really uncomfortable and scared about being in front of the camera. But looking over what I did and everything, and actually during the interview, it's kind of, I just ignored the cameras after a while. And the longer the interview went on, the more comfortable I got. I felt really prepared going in here. The only reason that I was nervous on the first day, because I didn't want to get lost on my way in. I didn't want to do anything to embarrass myself on the first day. And I'm kind of disappointed that this is my last day, because I did enjoy going places, and like when we did the community bios, I enjoyed driving around and going to different places like Paradise and Portugal Cove and Bell Island, and I even learned things from doing the voiceover that I didn't even know was part of the history. So I kind of feel like I learned things that didn't have to do with the technical part of journalism or the skills that I was trying to build. I just learned every day.
I joined the team here at the college after 32 years working at the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation as a producer, a reporter, and an on-air host in television news. Let me tell you about my colleagues. That's Jeff Ducharme. He started out in the journalism business as a press photographer in Ottawa, covering The Hill. But he's also branched out into one of the most interesting fields of journalism. The College of the North Atlantic is only one of 4 schools in North America that offers a program in drone journalism.
Back in 2012, I started seeing things, particularly in the U.S., at a college in Lincoln, Nebraska, where they were doing drone journalism. They actually had a lab built where they're actually building drones for journalism. I started doing research in it, and I realized that it was going to be a game changer. It was going to completely change the face of journalism, and it was going to level the playing field. And I thought, because we're small markets out here and that sort of thing, it'd be a great addition to the program if we started looking at drones and how they can change stories. They can take a story from okay and make it epic just through a few images. Mainly, they're used as a platform for a camera. And that's all a drone is it's a platform. It's nothing more than a platform. So, for instance, you look at a washout, a road washout, and you look from the ground level and you say, well, that doesn't look too bad. But when you fly 50 feet or 100 feet above that washout, you show the expanse of that washout, now all of a sudden the story becomes that much more epic to people, and they go, wow, okay, it's that bad. Illegal dumping. You walk through the woods and you find a sink that somebody's dumped in the woods. It doesn't look that bad. But when you fly over the trees and you can actually look down in that area and you can see that, say, a whole shore of a lake is covered in debris, then it really changes the story, and it just takes it to another level and gives the viewer a better understanding about it. You can do that with a helicopter, but a helicopter costs $1,000 an hour. A drone, you can buy a drone for $1,000. So it just levels the playing field for all the media out there. Beyond that, you can do environmental testing with them. You can put sensors on them. You can send them out in the lakes to do water samples. You can do air samples with them. You can use LiDAR to look into things. We were the first post-secondary institution in Canada to start drone journalism. We were I believe the third in North America. We're well positioned for it. We're way ahead of everybody else because we've been working on this since since late 2012. So we're just slowly, building up our technology, buying the equipment, and incorporating it into the program. So this is something I'm seeing schools, particularly in the U.S., but in Canada too, adding this to their journalism programs. Every year I'll see 3 or 4 more post-secondary institutions add it to their journalism program. Well, we're years ahead of them.
And that's Frank Carroll. His specialty is digital journalism.
Well, I've been teaching journalism here at the College of North Atlantic for 18 years. Before that, I was a print reporter for 10 years at Robinson Blackmore, the old Robinson Blackmore chain throughout Newfoundland, Labrador. I also worked at the Western Star in Corner Brook and the Times and Transcript in Moncton. The web has revolutionized everything. The first thing it did was to undermine the old commercial model of journalism. And therefore, we're in an era now of constant experimentation as the industry tries to figure out how to attract eyeballs to screens and how to make a living out of journalism and how to support good journalism. This is our website, and it is mobile compatible. As you can see, the students produce weekly and sometimes daily deadlines, and people can visit our site to check out. It's a good check out the site. It's a good showcase for our students' work. Mm-hmm. So we have one of our most popular stories of the year was about a graduate of this college, a fashion designer who graduated from this campus, Prince Philip Drive. Well, we place a lot of emphasis on digital media. We train the students how to use social media for journalistic purposes. They're already familiar with it for social purposes, for fun, for keeping in touch. But there's a very deliberate, systematic way of using these for journalistic purposes, and we place a lot of emphasis on that.
Tyler, this is your story, and so who did you speak with for the story?
I spoke with Dwight Lethbridge, the mayor of Cartwright, and I spoke with Sheila O'Leary, deputy mayor of St. John's, and I had some interesting conversations with them. And,
we'll teach you the skills you need across all 3 platforms, including radio, television, and the internet. It's never been a better time to be a journalist. If you like telling stories, if you want to make change in your society, then journalism could just be the profession for you. And we're the people to teach you that. We're College of the North Atlantic.
You can check us out at www.kicker.cna-nl.com. And we'll be here in the K109 studios at the same time next week. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, guys.